Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to the next episode review of The Genius Princess Guide for Raising a Nation at Debt, episode 10, which I apologize, which I didn't get to last week, right off the bat, because I had things going on and I was too busy to get to it, so sorry I had to do this a week late, though it is a week late now, but getting right down to it, once again, I apologize for not doing it last week, though, but don't worry, I have this though, and then I'll be doing the next episode right after this, so back to back, right? So, but as of right now, focusing on episode 10. Hey, are you getting on the bubble? So after the last episode, when Wayne's sister leaves the citizens of, well, I forget, was the capital, was it? Like the merchanters, whatever, on evacuating the whole city, right, and heading towards where that evil nun is with this fat king, right? I think his name is Gruyere or something like that. But and then they're all surprised. Even the two Lola's two other brothers are seeing them. They're shocked to see they're all coming out, weapons and arms, and also evacuating, and it kind of threw them from a loop, and they eventually they don't know what to do, because if they're evacuated, they can't take in that many refugees. It was like 300,000 people. They can't take in that many though, right? So Prince Wayne and Prince Wayne goes into negotiations with the King Greer and that evil nun, I guess. I forgot her name though, but asking that they will supply them, they will give them supplies and weapons though. But I think that'd be too much, so they're just going to play for the weapons, give them only just the weapons. But it was and also the king. The King Greer, how he just accepts it right off, and just to the surprise of the evil nun, so. Yeah, so she kind of like, what are you talking about, So. Yeah, so which of course being aware of the sorry if you hear that. And it says that they'll leave you the weapons, and if you leave you weapons and the food and return home, right? And the nun thinks she's going to win this, but when the king says he'll take the proposal, she gets frustrated about it. So and also the brothers are discussing about, because the brothers know, especially since it was the younger brother of Loa's, knew he was the one with poison. They know what's going on. Well, the brothers know, but they said to put the blame on the older brother, so that will benefit that, though, since everything will go to him, though. But sorry, my mind is a little out of it because I'm trying to remember what I saw from last week. But but I know that's like how all the benefits, because we know originally that Wayne, he wanted to sell his land, to live a leisurely life though, but since that's no longer possible, that's not the plan anymore. He wants to milk off all the profits of going on, so he can be even richer and probably live a rich life probably though. But so originally his plan was to sell the kingdom, but that's that's off the table now. So he wants to live off the dividends. Yeah. So, and then after they talking with and eventually talking with Zenobia, who used to dress up as the bodyguard Zeno, and also on the way. Was because also you get also a funny moment where he's talking with Zenobia, and he notices how big her chest is, and in his mind it's like boobies. That was pretty funny. Because how can you not notice? Because she is just about to pop out of her dress, right? And just like how it just like relieving the moment. Instead of taking his mind off all the things, so he sets his eyes right on her chest, right on Zenovia's chest. I mean, this is going boobies inside his mind, right? That was very hilarious. And so eventually he's going to give basically now she goes basically a tour of her place, right? And so she goes dressed as Zeno and just touring the whole entire place, right? And also thinking bring another moment, thinking that Wayne she's gonna marry him. So he's getting a little bit flustered that she's been not answering that question. She's been like anxious to hear if she will marry him, right? And he also brings up a point that's about he brings up a point that that commoners can become royalty. Royalties come from commoners, ordinary people. So he tells about how maybe all of our people from the past, they probably started off as commoners, eventually become royalty down the line. So eventually, everyone starts off being nothing, and eventually rising up to power and becoming royalty, right? So I like how he brings up about how ordinary people, like commoners, can eventually become royalty, basically, and Zeno's as Zeno, Zenobia as Zeno. He's just she is listening to him intently about that, and eventually he tells him that she respects Wayne, but he's not her type to marry, right? But although he says she respects him, but he's not her type to marry, though. It's like I must respectfully decline your marriage, because I feel like I'm not worthy to marry you, someone like you, someone as he doesn't mean it's like someone as disrespectful as you. No, she feels like she's not worthy to be his wife. That's what I'm trying to say. Because she respects him a lot, so she thinks that she'll not be worthy to him to be his wife. So that kind of shoots him down. He gets all flustered because of that. So, because this is like, for instance, like your first, like his basically he's saying his face is not her type, basically, her face, and just like, oh, I'm not worthy to be your wife, and then after that he's just like complaining, but even Nim's like, oh well. But anyway, but then it ends with that mayor of that town, his name is Sergius. He's come to talk to her. So, but anyway, this episode, I thought it was another good one. It was basically a political theater episode, basically. But it was pretty good. Like it was like Wayne had his funny moment when he notices Zenovia's chest, and it was just like, oh, boobies. And also how it ended with like at the beginning with the King Greer shooting down like that evil nun's idea, and accepting Wayne's proposal, and which I'll get to that King in the next episode. In the next episode review, I'll get to him. Interesting about him, very interesting. But then in the end, we were trying to marry Zenobia trying to marry him, but she like respectfully declines because thinks that she's not worthy of him, let alone his face is not her type, basically, though. But I think it's flustered at that, though. But anyway, episode 10, it was a good episode, and the next one I'll be getting to right after this, so 2 back-to-back ones, and then after that I have to get to the next episode of Yashimi, which I still have not done either, so I've been behind, But anyway, good episode for this one. Now we'll get to the next one, episode 11. See you on the next review.